Hi, friends. So this is the second piece that I poured after my doctor's appointment. It's another beautiful piece. I hope you like it as well. Showing you sort of glimpse of what it's gonna look like here. There's a lot of movement. Might be too busy for some people, but I really do love it. And it kind of reminds me of the Aztec calendar. I don't know why, but it sort of does. So here's how we poured our paints. Once again, this I paint. I pour the paints in the same fashion, utilizing the squeeze bottle so that it would give me more control over how much and how I poured the paints into the cups. So I think in the future, this is gonna be the way to go for me. Now, in terms of cleaning the paint out of these bottles after is a nightmare for me. Um, but I realized that this is has been the easiest way for me to be able to pour the paint and could have some type of control over how it lands in the cup. In my previous pours, I've tried to control that. And in some cases, I've been successful, but for the most part, I end up putting way too much, not enough, or when I'm trying to layer the cup, it ends up being like a dirty pour and stuff like that. So I think the squeeze bottles are a keeper. So yeah, and I also learned that for some paints, for some pours, I need to have my paints thinner. It's probably even to have them in the squeeze bottles. I probably need them to be thinner as well because it takes a lot of effort for me to squeeze those bottles so that the paint comes out. And yeah, so it's more of an effort than I really needed to be. All I need to do really is just add a little more water, thin it out a little bit. So I'll be trying to do that in the near future. But right now, I'm just gonna use up what I have and then kind of take it from there. So here, you see the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors that I'm using. Most of these are, I say over half are Arteza colors, and the others are Liquitex Basics. We have Amsterdam, we have Deco Art, we even have Folk Art, we have Modern Masters, and Master's Touch. We actually do have a little bit. The Naples Yellow is my Master's Touch. And so I use the Naples Yellow in the base coat. So the base coat is made up of Naples Yellow is made up of Antique Gold by Folk Art, 24 karat gold by Deco Art, and has a little bit of primary yellow by Liquitex Basics. So it's just like a hodgepodge of like stuff and or yellows paints, and it created the most beautiful, beautiful mustardy yellow paint. Almost looks gold from far away, and that's probably because it had a ton of gold in it. But yeah, so I'm hoping that this is gonna dry like super shimmery, and because it is the base coat, then hopefully some of it will come up through the paint and help everything else dry super shimmery. Not that it needs it because most of the paints are Arteza, so and they're pearls. So for the most part, they're gonna dry really beautifully. So now here, once again, I'm using this base coat, and I'm not necessarily like too concerned about making sure that it's perfectly leveled, because I'm gonna spin it and have some of the excess come off, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and start to pour. Well, right now I'm just utilizing the leftovers from the previous pour. And why I'm doing that, I'm not sure. Again, I think, and that's something I need to like work on, because I try not to like waste any paint, so I poured it in, and by doing so, sometimes I think it messes up my composition. But so here, oh wow, so like I love how the spiral looks when it's sped up. Kind of can make me dizzy maybe, but so yeah, so the as it slows down, then I did the middle part, because the when it the lazy Deborah is going at a slower pace and I'm doing the straight pour, that's when you see the little fingerlings that look super beautiful. So you saw that there. Oh my gosh, so beautiful, so beautiful. And now I am pouring some of the excess from the second cup, and now I'm gonna go in with my third cup. It's not as actually, wait, no, that was my first cup, right? No, it was my second cup. So it doesn't seem as covered as the first pour after the second one, but now it's just as covered as before. And I think this one actually shows more of the colors than the previous one, and especially once I start to spin it, those layers or those lines should open up and reveal what's underneath, and hopefully those are going to be beautiful colors. Now remember, so for the second one I decided that I was going to wreck or make swirlies on the rings of the outer rings of the pour, just because I thought about doing that in the first one, but then I said, no, you know what, I'm gonna try to keep it the way I poured it, and the second one is the one that I can rack. So this is the one I'm gonna rack, and right now I'm just trying to figure out if I can do it with just a skewer, or if I really do need my paintbrushes. And the reason why I like to use the bottom of the paintbrush instead, is because it's not it's rounded, like the bottom is rounded, and it's easier for me to go into the paint, whereas with the skewer, sometimes because it's pointy, it'll get stuck in parts, and in order to do the little swirlies you have to like go confidently and like just smoothly do it, otherwise it's gonna look like it's gonna have like jagged edges and stuff like that. So here, like I said, I'm doing the racks on the outside, and so hopefully once we spin this, then the composition will look really really cool. So right now these swirlies are really pretty, and then once I spin it, then you'll see that they open up quite a bit, and then I feel like I have to do more. And I think once I start with the swirlies, I I get greedy with them, and I want to like put more and more of them. But I think editing some of those embellishments are going to be something that can help me do better pieces. So as I watch the videos afterwards, then I note these things. So I'm super thankful that Mina from Mina Villegas Art mentioned that if you're pouring and you want to improve, you really should do the videos so that way you know what you did wrong and what you did right and stuff like that. Doesn't the that look like from far away? Doesn't the middle look like it's a dragon, like a pink dragon? To me, it totally looks like a dragon, especially when it's spinning. Now, so I decided to once again, I decided to do more swirlies because I'm concerned about that thick white line around the outer edge, and then also the black cherry, because the black cherry by itself is gonna dry really dark, and so I wanted to bring in some of those lighter colors that are around there, and so I decided to do some swirlies there, and so in order to balance it out, then I'm doing swirlies all the way around, and then I kind of go crazy and do many swirls. Okay, so I think I'm done with my swirlies now. To try to take off or to pull out this canvas from the Lazy Deborah. So that's usually the hardest part. So I used as a popsicle stick or a stirring stick to kind of maneuver around and pulling it up as I went. And now let me see if I can bring it up to the camera so that you can see some of the details that are gorgeous. Look at this. Whoa, look at that. Just stunning. It's just so beautiful, if I do say so myself. Now let me bring you in for a close-up. Okay, so the close-up is, I'm going to try to get you in even closer, but I wanted to show you like an overall of view of the piece, and then let me see if I can bring you in even closer. Wow, look at all these details. Like, now again, this might be too busy for some individuals, and I completely respect that. I actually love this. I mean, I could totally see this pattern or this piece be like a beautiful like silk scarf. Oh, it would be stunning, and then it would go with any outfit that you have, because there's so many colors in here. So yeah, you wouldn't have a problem with matching it. Look at that! Oh, wow, super pretty. And the shimmer is unbelievable. Look at this. Yeah, so if you have an opportunity to invest in Arteza paints, do so, because they're so beautiful, especially the pearls. They're just so beautiful. But once again, my favorite paints from before were Liquitex Basics, because Bob Ross used Liquitex, and he was my first art influence, and so I'm partial to Liquitex Basics, but yeah, these Arteza paints are so pretty. Yeah, they're really pretty. And so here, I'm just in love with this piece. I hope you like it too. I may be going overboard and like admiring it. Yeah, like I said before, it's so colorful, and there's just so many elements here and there that you can just spend hours upon hours just looking at it and admiring it. Like the pink area, it kind of reminds me also of intestines. I know I took a bunch of biology classes, and so yeah, it totally reminds me of that. Or like the histology class, like all the cells are colored that pink, the pinkish way. So yeah, it reminds me of that as well. So here I'm gonna show you some close-up pictures of the piece. It's just really pretty. And so these are actually pictures of the piece before I did the additional swirlies. And so I wanted to show you that even if I hadn't done the swirlies, it still looked really pretty. My concern really was just in the areas where there was like a huge part of the black cherry, and then also obviously that white line around concerned me that it would dry and would just kind of not necessarily be like have it be put together and stuff like that. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I hope you liked the piece. I really loved it. We'll see you in the next one.